Welcome to the stage, Chris Smith, Jimmy Mackin, and Veronica Figueroa.
I don't think so. Okay, we're good. Awesome. We're back. Check, check, check. Here we go. Right. This is going to be great. So my team, I need a thumbs up when we're live on Facebook. We're live on Facebook to the world.
The size a little closer.
Cool. This is great. So guys, welcome to PitchFest, Battle of the Brokerages. This is going to be a lot of fun. We did the first ever PitchFest a few months back with our friends from BombBomb, and we brought on companies like coaching companies. We brought on buyer's agents and seller's agents. And this is really meant to be an experience that you can't get anywhere else. We have seen in the news feed and we have seen in the industry that there's a lot of shakeup happening right now. There are people leaving companies, joining companies. There are new and emerging companies that are starting to hit the scene that are getting a lot of mind share. And we wanted to have a conversation about this in a classy way. And this is meant to be fun. Every single person that's going to come up here today is a winner. But we've chosen some of the most popular and vibrant companies in the industry. We wanted to make sure people were well represented. We actually invited people. Now, I will say, we did invite a Redfin agent, but they couldn't afford to make it today. So if you like that joke and you're listening on Facebook, guys, we are voting at the end. The audience here in Boston at our conference, Curaytor Excellence, you guys are all going to get to vote on the winner. Those of you watching live at home on Facebook, you're going to get to vote for the winner. So they're going to get 2 to 2.5 minutes each to convince you why their company is the best. We've got companies like EXP and Keller Williams. Have you guys seen any of that happening in the newsfeed? Jay Kinder, I'm seeing him doing feeds all the time. It seems like all the Keller Williams teams are leaving sometime, doesn't it? I've seen Remax go public, change CEOs, and I got people that work at Remax saying, Chris, what do I do? I see Compass valued at billions of dollars. I don't even know who the hell they were a couple years ago. I see Berkshire Hathaway, I see that as a luxury brand under Warren Buffett's name, and I see boutiques, people going boutique all the time. People are leaving and just going independent all the time. There must be a few of those here today, but here's why. Guys, the most important people in the industry right now are the agents. Yes. I believe you guys are the free agents. I believe that companies are going to have to fight for you harder than ever. I'll give you one quick example, and then I want to ask Veronica 2 questions. I recently, about 1 year ago, I cut the cord on my cable. I started using PlayStation Vue TV. At the time that I did that, I was paying DirecTV about $250 per month, something like that, for their service. And I shopped around, I read a bunch of articles, I did all my homework, I looked at reviews, and I made a decision. We decided, you know what, let's try it. We looked at Sling TV, we looked at PlayStation Vue, we went with PlayStation Vue. So we signed up for PS Vue, turned it on, and my wife called DirecTV to let them know that we were leaving. And as they picked up the phone, they told her, hey, no, you don't have to pay $250 a month. We've got a new thing called DirecTV Now. Please don't leave. You think we left? What's happening right now is very similar. It's very difficult to convince someone to stay when they've already decided to leave. Yep. And I think what the best brokerages are going to do is they're going to be proactive. What if DirecTV had actually just called us and said, hey guys, we got a feeling you're going to see some other companies emerge in the next 6 to 12 months, and we want to let you know that we can beat their price. What if they'd have done that before I shopped around? What would I have done? Yeah. Exactly. So that's what I think the brokerages need to step up and do. I think they need to renegotiate with you now. I think they need to make sure you never leave, and they need to treat you like the gold that you are. You guys are the reason they're successful. They're not the reason you're successful. Thank you. So Veronica, come over here for a second. Veronica Figueroa, not only is she a great client, she's a great friend. Veronica and I work in the same office. Her office is in the same building as the Curaytor office in Orlando, Florida. We've become really close. In fact, your daughter is now interning with us.
Yes.
Which is super cool. And the reason Veronica's up here today is Veronica was the champion of PitchFest #1. Mm-hmm. She won PitchFest. She didn't just win PitchFest, she crushed PitchFest.
Yeah.
And so what I wanted to ask you, Veronica, before we bring the contestants up, I'm sure they're nervous. I'm sure they're over there wondering if they should say what they practiced. I'm sure they're, worried that they're not going to say the right things. I want to know from you, why do you think you won PitchFest #1?
I really believe I won because I made it about the consumer. I made it about the feelings that we go through as we navigate through this journey. And everyone else was, in my opinion, pitching themselves, pitching the process, but they forgot to pitch the feelings. Mm-hmm. And what matters the most is you. We talked about that. Mm-hmm. You matter. Mm-hmm. And I'm really glad that you touched base on that, because today I want them to remember, bring the passion, make it about us, the agents, and you should all be winners in my book.
Yeah, they are all winners just for being up here, quite frankly. And so when you were pitching PitchFest, the one thing that stood out to me was that everyone else acted like everything's going to be awesome if you hire us. Mm-hmm. And what I thought really differentiated you was you actually addressed the fact that this can get ugly and hard and tough, and when it does, we're still going to handle it with class. Why do you decide to proactively bring up that there could be some problems when everybody else was just saying how great they were?
That's actually one of our core values. Like, we like to discuss the things that can go wrong, mm-hmm. because I believe we truly have prepared ourselves to have an arsenal of when shit hits the fan, mm-hmm. we're ready. Mm-hmm. And I like to prepare my clients that, look, this is great. We're on a first date, right? But things can go wrong. What are those things that can go wrong? And how will we prepare to prevent them? Mm-hmm. But if it does blindside us and come out of, left side, we're prepared mm-hmm. to help you still accomplish what you want to accomplish. I actually do that with my agents. I do that with my business, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. in every aspect of our business. And I think we don't want to move towards objections because we want to avoid them a mm-hmm, lot, usually. Mm-hmm. That's what most people say. They say, why do you even bring that up? I was like, because I want them to be prepared in case that happens. And
you know what I bet when you're out there really competing? I bet when you guys leave and they think about who to hire, I bet sometimes a couple looks at each other and say, at least she was honest.
Yeah.
At least she was honest. That was really refreshing.
Yeah,
so you are passionate, you are articulate, you are experienced, but that honesty and that genuineness, I think, is what separated you. So last question, and then we're going to bring up the PitchFest crew. What is it going to take to win PitchFest today? You won it 6 months ago. What is it going to be that sets somebody apart today? They're not pitching the consumer should use Keller versus Compass. They're saying agents should work here. So what do you think is going to create the winner today?
I think we're all looking for an opportunity where our worlds are just going to be magical. Like, change mm-hmm. my world. Tell me why I need to partner with your company mm-hmm. so that my world, my team's world, my world can grow mm-hmm. and we can have magical moments together.
Yeah, and you are such a perfect person to be up here because you get recruited all the time. You've thought about doing X, Y, and Z. You've got people at your office a couple days ago trying to convince you to change companies, and so she's right there with you guys. She's heavily recruited. She's got all the same decisions to make that you guys do. So we thought she would be a great representative today at PitchFest. So thank you, Veronica. I'll join you over there in 1 second. Real quick, Jimmy.
Yeah, okay.
The last person I want to introduce is Jimmy Mackin.
What's up, guys?
Jimmy Mackin is here to represent the non-salespeople. Jimmy would lose PitchFest for sure.
Oh, is this got oh?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I like it. Thanks, guys.
Okay. But long story
Appreciate
short,
that.
what Jimmy brings to the table is that sort of consumer mindset. Mm-hmm. It's just sort of like, our industry sometimes is such inside baseball that we think that what resonates with us is going to work outside of here. And as you guys learned today through Phil Jones, and as you learned yesterday through Don Miller, sometimes we have to change our language. So Jimmy obviously is a super sharp guy, co-founder of Curaytor. And what we're going to do is we're going to give each person 2 to 2.5 minutes to make their pitch, uninterrupted. At the end of those 2.5 minutes, we're going to ask them one follow-up. After all 7 people have gone, you guys in the live stream audience are going to vote on the winner. At the end of that vote, there's going to be 2 finalists. We're going to get rid of all the podiums but these 2, and the 2 finalists are going to compete head-to-head in the finals. And then at the end, we're going to crown the winner of PitchFest Battle of the Brokerages, and they're going to get a pretty awesome prize. And man, I hope their company calls them and thanks them. I hope they send them everything they should, because again, these guys all do deserve you, but sometimes I feel like they forget that. So we're going to get it started. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the 7 PitchFest contestants for the Battle of the Brokerages. All right, here we go. Amit, you still going first? Yeah. Cool, awesome. Welcome to the stage. Let me grab the mic from here. Give it over to Amit. And I am going to briefly introduce each person, and then they're going to get it started. And again, by the way, how many of you guys, show of hands in the audience, how many of you would be scared shitless right now if you had to do this? Okay, so just I said the audience, dude. Anyway, up first, the first contestant representing Compass. Welcome Amit to the stage. Amit, you've got 2.5 minutes. Do your thing, baby. 2.5 minutes. Let's go.
I love my job. I love working at Compass, and there are many reasons for it. Although we have incredible technology and we're always amongst the tops in sales volume, it's not the reason why I love Compass. I love Compass because they're all in. They're all in on me, and they're all in on my clients. Pretty soon, they're going to be offering us deeply discounted health insurance. That's unheard of in our industry. Another thing is, I have a marketing person. At any time, whether I have a $200,000 listing or a $20 million listing, I could go one-on-one to my marketing person, and they can create something with the designer, and we can sell a home because of that. One of the things I love about Compass is we learn from reality. Prior to Compass, I worked at 2 other companies. One company would go on and on about their global network. The other company would tell us how many countries they're in. But in reality, after 14 years, I got 0 sales from that. With Compass, we learn from reality. We go deep into big data. We find out where the true buyers actually are, and then we focus on them, and we sell homes. We're really good at that. We have something called a betterment program for people that want to grow their business. Many teams, many agents need to grow their business, but they just don't have the cash to do it. With Compass, they'll give, whether it's a few $1,000s or even up to $1 million, they'll give you a 0% loan to grow your business. They're all in on their clients. A lot of people know that when they're selling their house, if they stage their home, they can sell the home quicker. But usually they don't have the cash to do it. With Compass, they'll pay for the staging up front, whether it's a few $1,000s or even a few $100,000. They'll pay for it, the seller can pay at the end, and they take care of it. There are many, many other reasons why I love Compass, and after this, if you want to spend an hour or 2 with me, I'll be happy to go over the equity plan and everything else.
I got a quick one.
I love Compass, and they're all in on me, and I'm all in on Compass.
What's up, Amit? Thank you. We have one follow-up.
Yep, so check. So just one quick follow-up as you're going through it. You talked about the vision of Compass. You think it's sort of this unique vision. Who drives the ship at Compass? Who drives that larger vision?
So I'm glad you asked that. We have something called Upvote. What Upvote is, any agent in Compass or anyone in Compass, they could, if they have an idea one day and they're thinking about what, it would be cool if we had this product, or it would be cool if this product that we have could be enhanced. They can suggest something, and enough people agree with that person.
Yep.
Compass hires 1 in every 1,000 people that apply there, whether it's an agent, a marketing person, or an engineer. And they have to be collaborative and have no ego. And because of that, they can create these products. So it's a combination of everyone.
Love that.
Cool. Awesome. Great job. It actually reminds me, I worked at Quicken Loans, and they had a thing called the Cheese Factory. And they said, if you've got a good idea, but you know what? A lot of the innovation that came from Quicken came from those good ideas, and then we could upload them. Made me think about that. Another just total sidebar is Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Maps, those were all created in the same kind of a concept. So good job. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, she is excited to be here. I'm excited to have her. She is representing Keller Williams Realty, Inc.
Yeah.
Christina Hood, you have 2.5 minutes. Good luck.
In the end, for me, it's all about being human. So I want you to just imagine a place, a world where agents have an incentive to work together, where they care for each other. And more than that, they are here to grow their own personal brand, their own businesses.
He didn't take the bait.
Today, I would like to welcome you to my world. I'm Christina Hood, and I'm here today to give you 3 reasons why I choose Keller Williams to power my business. You're going to want to remember this. TOP, T-O-P, technology and training, opportunities, and the people. It's the culture. Number 1, technology. As a debt-free, privately owned company, Keller Williams has a visionary, much like Apple with Steve Jobs, a visionary whose one role is to protect the agents. Gary Keller, has invested immense amount of resources into making sure we're protecting the agent. KW Labs is something that just introduced Kelly, and Kelly is our award-winning AI-powered virtual assistant, and there's a lot more. We're the #1 training company in all industries, according to Training Magazine. The second reason is opportunities, and opportunities for growth is what really matters. Opportunities if you want to build a team, if you would like to become a leader, if you would like to become a coach. And what if you want to open a market center? How about expanding into a different country? The opportunities are really endless. And more than that, it's our mission statement, all about creating lives worth living and really about legacies worth leaving. So my third reason are the people. It's the culture. And what I love about the culture is KW Cares. That stands for Caring Agents Responding to Emergency Situations. And more than that, recently, they responded to Hurricane Florence as well as Hurricane Michael. Now, we're the boots on the ground that really make the difference, because we go out and help our agents as well as help their communities, and that's super important. So it's a little nervous being up here, guys. What I want to share is this. I'm happy being at Keller Williams. So happy that Forbes agreed with me because they voted Keller Williams the happiest place to work for in 2018. So if you're interested in finding out more, I really would like you to come talk to me, because I want to see how I can help you and we can help you with your business.
Awesome. Good stuff, Christina. Great job. So I'm going to ask one follow-up, okay? I want to ask one follow-up, and
Yes.
you know, we're not here today to have fun. We're here to be real.
Yeah.
I have heard a lot about Keller Williams' technology over the last 6 months too, and I've listened to Gary and I've seen a lot of the things that he's talked about. But if I look at the recent past, the last 2 choices they made with technology were market leader and top producer, and those are, in theory, technologies that I don't think everybody in the room and industry is just raving about. So why should I believe that a company that did that is going to all of a sudden just build great tech?
Well, I think the one thing, Chris, is that this company, people may think of us as being incumbents, when in actuality, we are disruptors. And we have 30 years, multiple cycles in the industry, unlike other companies that are new to the industry. So I think that proven track record, and more than that, if you're going to fail forward. And that's exactly what we're doing, and that's what Gary Keller stands by.
Cool, awesome, great answer, thank you. All right, good stuff. Can you go? Yes. Again, it's tough to be up here, you guys. If you're watching on Facebook Live, do me a favor, share this right now. The vote is going to be up to the audience. We want as many people watching during the vote as possible. We want the most relevant sample size we can get, and we're going to pull that up here in a second. Up next, representing Berkshire Hathaway Home Services is Mr. Andrew Himes. Take it away, Andrew. You have 2.5 minutes.
All right. First, I wanted to thank the Curaytor team for asking me to do this. I envisioned the brainstorming sessions back at the Curaytor office going something like this. Who's the dumbest client that we have? Oh yeah, Himes. Ask him to do it. I bet he would. Fast forward to me receiving Jillian's email and me thinking, hell yeah, I'll do that. It means I'll be up here with people way smarter than I am. See, I make it my goal to surround myself with people that are smarter and brighter than I am so that I can become a better real estate agent, coach, father, husband, mentor. So back in 2008, when I was looking to make a change on where I was hanging my license, I took a look around and I realized that I was the smartest person in the room. I know you're sitting there thinking you were probably the only one in the room. But in all honesty, I knew that if I wanted to continue to make my business grow, I had to make a change. So after a month or so of interviewing other local brokers, I realized I'd found my new home. At that point, we were still part of the Prudential Real Estate affiliates, and it wouldn't be until 2013 that we became part of the Berkshire Hathaway network. In 2013, Prudential agents all across the country were wondering what this name change was going to be. It was the first time Berkshire Hathaway let a consumer-facing product use that name. So Prudential's so strong, brand recognition, Berkshire Hathaway, great name, but no one knew what it stood for. And Berkshire Hathaway Home Services was a mouthful to say. So I looked at it and said, if someone as smart and well-respected as Warren Buffett is on board, then so am I, and that we now had the backing of one of America's strongest, most respected brands. With over 65 offices, 4,500 agents, our brokerage does over 27% of the total sales volume in the Philadelphia metro area. Not only do we have some of the brightest agents, but our local leadership team is constantly striving to make our agents better. We're a technology-focused company, but we're relationship-centric. So what they're doing is they're giving us tools so that we can get out there, meet more people, and build more relationships. In the fall, our company is rolling out an entire suite of technology tools that will continue to help the agents grow our businesses. And their mission is that they're going to give us world-class tools that are currently the best available, and and have them evolve over time. If those tools don't continue to evolve, then they're going to replace them and put something else in place that is. So if you're looking to no longer be the smartest person in the room, talk to me, and I'll show you why I made the change.
All right. Great job. So just one quick follow-up. The rising tide raises all ships, right? Mm-hmm. And the leadership. I know that your CEO is somebody that you look up to. Gary Keller, you're absolutely right. I can't think of anybody closer to Steve Jobs in our industry than him. Obviously, at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, you guys are represented by Warren Buffett. So how much access do you actually get to him? How much do you actually get to learn from him? Because for me, that would be, I mean, Jimmy and I, we want to go hang with Don Miller in Tennessee and pay him whatever it takes to spend 2 days with him. We're much like you. We like to be around greatness. So how much access do you actually get to him compared to maybe a Keller Williams agent that gets what seems like a lot of access to Gary?
I couldn't find Nebraska on a map, so 0. But we did have one of the agents on my team client call and say, I want to talk to Warren Buffett about an issue that they were having. So, while it is certainly Warren Buffett is the head of Berkshire Hathaway, there's a home services division that, there's just oversight, but again, it's not.
Yeah, I was just genuinely curious. I mean, he's obviously a really well-known and a sharp guy, and he doesn't put his name on things that don't seem to work well. So, cool, great job, man. Thank you so much. Give it up for Andrew. All right, up next, representing eXp Realty. Please give it up for Sherri Hansen. Sherri, you have 2.5 minutes. Here we go.
Okay, guys, you're about to learn the top 3 things that are going to make you want to move to eXp Realty. The real estate industry is changing, and eXp is on the forefront of technology. We are excited about the direction and the growth of eXp, and we now have over 13,000 agents nationwide. So I'd like to start off today by asking you all a few questions. How many of you are tired of paying rent for an office that you rarely use? 2, how many of you own stock in the brokerage or the company that you're currently working for? And 3, what's your exit strategy? How are you going to survive the next shift? These 3 questions are what prompted my partner Teresa Barthol and I to move from Keller Williams to EXP back in May. We now operate in a virtual world. We have no desk fees, no rent, no royalty fees, no franchise fees, and I can work from anywhere in the nation. We save time by not commuting, and we can communicate instantly within workplace with agents all across the nation, and we can watch live and recorded trainings of some of the top producing agents in the country. As an agent at EXP, we can become shareholders in our company. We can earn stock through their rewards program, and we can enroll to invest up to 5% of our commission at a 20% discount. You don't have to start from zero every month, wondering where your next deal's coming from. At EXP, you can earn revenue share from the productive agents that you bring on and sponsor into our company. You can earn passive income and stop worrying about where your next deal's coming from next month. I recently attended an EXP conference, and the people that I heard and got to speak with at the conference are earning anywhere from $20,000 to $500,000 a month in revenue share. And yes, I said a month. At EXP, we have the opportunity to work less, earn more, and have more freedom in our day. I want you to write this down. Everybody? newwaytogetpaid.com. I highly, highly recommend you watch this video. Invest 45 minutes to find out why you should move to EXP. newwaytogetpaid.com.
Nice job, Sherri.
Nice job, Sherri.
Great job. You guys are all doing an amazing job. But Sherri, I'll go ahead and take this one. I've been recruited. I get recruited all the time. Actually, Michael Reese was at my house the other day. I want to know about the importance of being strategic as to who you decide to go under when you choose to go into an EXP network.
It's really important that you research that and find out what the people above you, those that are in your network, what they're doing for the agents below them. I mean, you can call any agent nationwide, which is what I did when I came on to EXP. I called Rick Raines in Texas. I called Brent Gove in Sacramento. And I asked them, what are you doing to help us grow our businesses? And that's the collaboration between the guys above us in our network down to what we have now has been by far one of the best things that I've experienced at EXP.
Cool. Great answer. Good stuff, Sherri. All right. We are going to keep it moving. Just really quick, if you guys are enjoying this, make some noise for these guys. This is awesome. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
That's a good question.
All right. Up next, representing Realogy as well as Coldwell Banker, Scott Oyler. Take it away.
Thanks, Chris. Honored to be up here on the stage with all these folks here. It's been a great conference so far. And let me just tell you, with Coldwell Banker, we're powered by Realogy, okay? Realogy is home to some of the most recognized brands in the world. Century 21, Sotheby's, ERA, Better Homes and Garden, Corcoran Group. I could go on. And we've got over 294,000 affiliated agents and brokers, giving us the largest reach compared to our closest competitor. But what I don't want you to focus on is how big we are. What I want you to do is focus on what big gives you, and that is resources, okay? I think we can all agree right now that there's a lot of disruption going on in our industry. There's a lot of people that want to take us out. And I'm at war with someone, and I think everyone would agree, that if you're going to war, you want to be on the team with the most resources. And that is why I love being and having the backing of Realogy, who just recently invested $200 million in 2018 in technology alone. I get the benefit of all the different tools and technologies such as CBX and CB1 to help run my business. I come into an office that's set up and it's staffed to give me the support that I need to succeed every day. So we're in Boston right now, right? And Tom Brady is probably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Now, what makes Tom Brady so good, though? It is the surrounding. It's the coach. It's the line. It's everyone around on the team. And that's what's key, is to have the resources for you to succeed on that team. So if you want to be the Tom Brady in your city, talk to me afterwards. I'll talk to you a little bit about what Coldwell Banker and Realogy can do for you.
Cool.
Awesome. Hey, so what I'm thinking is, I don't want you to
What's up, Scott?
What's up?
Well, first off, I think you want some brownie points talking about Tom Brady with me.
Playing to the home crowd.
Yeah.
Smart man.
You know, when you think about the Patriots, you think about Tom Brady, you think about Bill Belichick, the head coach, you think about Robert Kraft, the GM, or the owner in this case, right? When I think about the best brands in the world, I think about the CEO of that company. You mentioned Gary Keller, the CEO of Compass. Is it possible in 2018 to run a successful company when brand is so critical, when nobody knows who the CEO of Coldwell Banker is?
Well, I know that Charlie's definitely getting out there much more than what he has. And I will also tell you, from the Realogy part, we've recently made a shift over there too. So you guys all know the What's in Your Wallet, Capital One, the guy that ran that entire program, and he is challenging and making things very uncomfortable to really shake things up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank
great
you, guys.
answer. Awesome. All right. Up next, representing the boutique brokerages. Stephanie Lanier, you have 2.5 minutes. Good luck.
So on a hot August morning in 2010, my husband and I are standing on this piece of pavement, and we're watching a helicopter rise into the sky. Our hands are on the chain link fence, and we are watching as our son, Oliver, is being lifted away into a major medical center because he's having seizures, and they're uncontrolled. And our life changed instantly. We go up to UNC Chapel Hill, and we find out that he has a rare genetic disorder, that he will need a lifetime of care, that he will be autistic and developmentally disabled. At this time, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I used to be a social worker. The medical bills begin to pile up, and I start thinking, what am I going to do next? How am I going to make sense of this? And so I go and I get my real estate license, like so many working moms and dads. And I look at the brokerage options in my town, and I'm trying to figure out what's going to work. Two things were really important to me. Are they really going to have a lifestyle that's going to work for me as a working mom? Do they really put family first, or is that just like a slogan on the wall? And then what about their marketing? Is it beautiful? Is it seamless? Does it make sense? Or like 100 different logos? And do they really understand social media? And what I figured out is I couldn't find any place that had both things, and I had to have both. So I thought to myself, what if I create the thing I wish existed? What's stopping me? And that's the story of every single independent brokerage. We all have a different story. It's personal. It's not necessarily about splits. It's not necessarily about technology. It's about sitting at that dining room table and holding the hand of someone as they say, my husband's diagnosed with cancer and I want to list with you. And that you, that person-person connection is what's happening in independent brokerages. Why would an agent want to join an independent? Well, it's to be known. You are known like family members. If you want people and you expect the folks that you work for to know the names of your children, to know all the things that are important to you, that's what independents offer. The other thing is that we're incredibly adaptable to our market. As you know, in Wilmington, North Carolina, we just had a hurricane. We don't have a quota. We don't have people pushing down on us saying you have to recruit. What we're doing is loving our community. And it's going to be a hard year ahead, but we can adapt and change. There are so many amazing boutique brokerages here, and what gives you so much power is to be able to reach out to the agents in your community. So for those of you who are waiting for permission, and I know there are lots of you, and you've always wanted to launch your own thing, and you see a hole in your market, now is the time. Go and create the thing that you wish existed. Thanks.
I told you her and son was big. If it would have been Amit and Sherri, it's going to be her and Chris as well. Maybe the other person is
Talk about storytelling, right? We've been hearing that theme, and what a great storyteller. Like, you took me there. all of you are doing such a great job. But okay, so I was independent, and then I decided I wanted more at that point in my life to be able to expand my reach. At that moment. And at that moment, RE/MAX was the answer for me. But I think you just took me back, girlfriend, and I don't even have a follow-up question. I just want to go and write my story, and I just have to say that that was beautiful, and kudos to all you independent agents out there who go out there day in and day out and follow your dream. And to me, she literally just elevated us to just follow that dream no matter what it is. So regardless, you're the
Awesome.
queen.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Thank you.
I love that.
All right, this is fun. This is fun. Now, I want everyone, before we wrap up here with Mr. Summers, I want everyone right now to do me a favor, and I want you to start pulling up the website to vote on your phone or on your computer if you're watching at home. To vote, you are going to go to, Amit, you can't vote. You know what I love, though? I'm like you, man. Every vote counts, you know what I'm saying? Shit, we're from Florida. Every vote counts, let me tell you. So I want you guys to pull this up so that you're ready to vote. As soon as Chris is done, you're going to go to Curaytor.com/vote. You're going to see all 7 names. You're going to check the box of who you think should win, and then you'll hit submit. And then after Chris is done, they're going to bring me an envelope, and we're going to name the 2 finalists. So last but certainly not least, representing RE/MAX out of Philadelphia, please give it up for Chris Summers. 2.5 minutes, Chris. Good luck.
Boom. Well, this is awesome, and it's certainly a lot of fun. So thank you for doing this, Chris. I know you enjoy PitchFest a lot. And congrats to all you guys for your tremendous success and everyone that's watching this, because pretty much everyone here is a rock star and is doing well. So for me, imagine this, you're making a lot of money, you're doing a lot of commission, and just imagine if you just kept pretty much all of it. And that's the case with me at RE/MAX Access. So yes, I'm Chris Summers. I own RE/MAX Access, and I'm also CEO of the Summers team. Several of the people are here today. Thank you. We're here for the conference. And we did over $120 million in sales last year. And pretty much the bulk of that is for where we are. So we pretty much have our boutique brokerage within the brokerage. So there's 3 main things that I think kind of brought us to that point, and I'm certainly looking forward to more growth in future years. So one, with RE/MAX is you work for yourself but not by yourself. That's been said a lot and kind of puts us above the crowd. So like I said, I have my own brokerage within RE/MAX Access. So I have the big brand behind me, but I have the personal brand with the Summers team in the office. So to me, it's kind of like the best of both worlds. And I like the fact that it's nimble. I don't have to worry about a lot of the corporate stuff. Our office is independently owned and operated. So to me, that's awesome. 2, I think what's most important to me, I'm a money guy, is keep more of what you make. So I just kind of looked at the numbers, and I was recruited by a lot of different places too. That if I was at Berkshire, Caldwell, any Realogy office, Compass, with that type of production, it would have been maybe like a $400,000 pay cut last year. So to me, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. So that money goes back into Curaytor. It goes back into investing in the team. It goes back into buying real estate, and it goes back into our way of giving back to the community. So to me, that's big. And I think the third part, is with that entrepreneurship, like the culture that we have, it's allowed me to build a 20-person team. But I'm not really sure if I was somewhere else that I would have the ability to do that. So with that, I love all you guys, for being here. So that culture, and that energy, was there on a daily basis. So to me, I'm really thankful for that. I have a lot of gratitude. So I need some water. But so last thing, if you want to know more about that, make a little more jingo for the year, see me at the bar. We'll have a cocktail, or talk to any of these guys here, because I'm sure they'll say the same thing in terms of the value that we offer as a company. So I'm ready.
Good job, Chris. Good job. Cool. So I have one follow-up. What's great about working with all you guys, we really do get to know you, and so we know things to ask that a lot of people wouldn't. So Chris, one thing I know about you is that you are also passionate about the stock market.
I am.
I follow you on Twitter. I know that that's something that you are also very knowledgeable about, and I know you're driven by financial. I know you're not, driven by money, but I know that you love money and the stock market. So I have a quick question.
Yes.
And it kind of goes back to, whether it's Gary Keller or whether it's, this network at Realogy that's powerful or whether it's writing your own story. About 10 years ago, RE/MAX was run by Dave Lanier. Dave Lanier is also a legend in this industry. A random side note about Dave Lanier that you guys might not know. He invented the business card with the picture on it. I'm not sure if I'm happy about that now, but I think that when he did that, he was the guy of his era. And he has since moved on. He's retired, and RE/MAX isn't run by Dave, and it's not private anymore. Now it's run by a gentleman named Adam Contos, and it's public. So I'm just curious, what has your experience been during that change? Has that change impacted your perception of working at RE/MAX? I'm sure that's something a lot of RE/MAX agents have probably thought about.
Very good question. I did make several trades today, by the way, some good ones. But yeah, RE/MAX International, I've been to Denver many times, and the people that are there, Dave is awesome, and the people behind him are awesome too. And when the company went public, did it have much of an impact on me? No. Do I own any RE/MAX stock? No. I'm so heavily invested in real estate, I don't need to be over diversified and own more kind of real estate stuff because we own so many properties and whatnot. So I think the transition in terms of being public was fine. Did it affect my business at all, up or down? No. Our business is doing very well. A lot of it has to do with you guys.
Cool, and I also know that you mentioned that $400,000. You guys have I was thinking about your billboard campaigns all over Philly, and that probably costs about $400,000. Billboards are expensive. You guys, how many billboards do you guys have now?
Well, we just added one, so I guess we're two. We did have three, so we.
But in a pretty tough area of Philly to get a billboard.
Yeah, one just went on I-95, so that was a big one. So we'll see what happens with that.
Cool, awesome. Well, once again, guys, give it up for our PitchFest contestants. Please submit your vote right now. Curaytor.com/vote. In about 30 seconds, I'm going to announce who the two finalists are. But wouldn't you guys agree that there's no one that lost today? This was a really, really good event. They are going to bring me the winners. Jillian and John just went the wrong way. I'm a little nervous about that. I also want to give you guys one more domain to have ready, and it's going to be where you're going to vote for the finalist, okay? So once we announce the two finalists, they're going to go head to head. They're going to kind of get another minute to kind of duke it out. And then at the end of that, you're going to actually submit the final vote at Curaytor.com/finals, okay? So the first vote, which is happening right now, they're about to run the envelope with the winner over to me right now, is Curaytor.com/vote. Once we name the two winners, the finals will be voted on at Curaytor.com/finals. And then we will all head to the bowling alley for open bar and food and get back to the fun part. But I really am proud of you guys. I know that it is hard to get up here. One of the themes yesterday that people kept coming up to me with was, my big takeaway was being brave. And this is bravery right here, you guys. This takes bravery to get up here. Uh-oh, here we go, Jillian. Awesome. Thank you. Hold that for me, Jimmy.
Brad let me announce the winner.
All right. Oh, he did? Brad who?
I'm just joking.
So am I.
Come back.
All right. Whew, I'm nervous. I'm nervous to read it, man. I'm nervous. All right. Our first finalist for PitchFest Brokerage Edition, congratulations, Christina Hood from Keller Williams. Wow. You're in the finals. And you are going to go up against a tough competitor because the second finalist for PitchFest Brokerage Edition is representing the boutique. Stephanie Lanier is in the finals. Cool. For everybody else, thank you guys for your time. Thank you guys for being up here.
Work,
thank you guys for being customers. And this is going to be fun.
Seriously, a lot of fun.
We should just get a podium now. Just get a podium, Veronica. Grab one. We're up here.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Oh, you did.
Thank you so much. So let's go here, Christina, and then Stephanie, you'll go here. And I want to, I'll do the first question. And, I'm nervous for y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
Here you go, Stephanie.
Listen, I am nervous for you. And I don't get nervous. All right, just to prove, I don't know, do people do that, Stephanie and Christina, just so you see the winners there? All right, so Jimmy and I are gonna ask you guys, and Veronica, we're gonna ask you a couple questions. But I'm gonna start with you, Christina. Where Keller Williams really came up is by putting the focus on the agent, not the consumer. They were the power of the agent. You can do whatever you want with the logo. You can make your lawn sign whatever you want. And a lot of the other companies, they're strict on that stuff, and they really are all about controlling the brand for the consumer. So I think that's why Keller Williams had such big success. They basically said, hey, you're independent. Why not just go independent? Stephanie's an independent. I'd love to hear your answer to that. Why not just go out on your own?
Well, at Keller Williams, that is always an option. You can leave, and the training that you received allows you to be successful as an independent. I firmly believe that. Me personally, I love the camaraderie. I love the ability to be here and know, very much like Curaytor, that this is a family. And my family is all over the globe now. I've been an agent for 7 years, and I have only ever been with Keller Williams. I did go out. Somebody called me recently and asked me, hey, come and visit. So I thought, why not? So I went and recognized that the culture, the people, is what really matters to me. And it may be a personal reason to me. Community is super important. And to know that I have community locally and globally.
Cool. All right.
Yeah,
Jimmy,
question for Stephanie. Another word for boutique is small, right? It's fair to say. A lot of small businesses go out of business. So if I'm going to make a big decision, which is a change from a stable company like KW, which has been around for a long time, to go to a small business and really take on that risk, what are you going to do to ensure that you're not out of business within 12 months?
Great question. So I think two things. First of all, it's all about leadership, right? So whether you're going to a big business, a small business, who's leading you? What are they like? Do they live with integrity, right? Do you trust them? Because if it's big or small, leadership matters, right? And then the second piece is to really ask what the small business owner, the independent brokerage owner's plan is. And really, I would interview, if I'm an agent and there's an independent broker owner, I would ask, are you reconciling your bank account? Is an accountant helping you? Do you know how to read your balance sheet? Do you understand a P&L statement? What is your plan? And I would ask how much they have in reserves for operating budget. How aggressive are they with their sort of business acumen? Because a lot of people get into real estate and love to sell. They don't know how to run a business. So you really need to know who you're working with. But if it's big or small, it's about leadership.
Love that.
You have a follow-up? Go ahead.
I have a follow-up on independent. So Stephanie, I am seeing so many really successful independent boutique team offices. And I think that we need to definitely differentiate. Independent does not mean you go open your boutique and you welcome everyone in, because the hybrid model is where the death zone lies. I know this, I'm a broker owner. And usually the brokest person in the room is the broker, unless you are running a profitable business, either with teams, very good splits, and systems in place, right? So tell me, are you boutique team-based only? Are we, and you mentioned the mom stuff, and I'm a woman, I'm a mom of 5 kids, I respect that, but I want to run a business, I want to grow a business, and I want profitability. And I don't think we talk enough about that. What is the best independent boutique model that you would recommend so that no one fails?
Oh, wow. There's so many models in here,
success.
I know. Yeah, so I'll just tell you our model, just because I know it. So we basically have a hybrid model of a team, and people have some level of independence. So if you choose to take a company-generated lead, we have higher splits. But if you're doing really well with your sphere, you don't have to take company-generated leads. We have an ISA that scrubs them, nurtures them, and then we'll offer them out to the team based on availability, based on expertise, et cetera. And it works really beautifully. So if your sphere here and your business is growing, great. If you hit a rough patch and want to reach out and take some leads, awesome. And that also helps us cultivate new agents. It's a way we do it. There are a lot of different models in here. So I think the answer to doing an independent boutique is, what is your system already? Like if you're already coming out of a system where you have lots of different lead gen, you might need to look at it. The cool thing about independent is that you can make it anything that you want, right? I mean this in a nice way, but it's like you don't hear about the team leader the same way you hear about Barbara Corcoran, right? I mean, owning a boutique, having your name on the sign, owning the business, owning the dirt, owning the building, and like you control the environment. You want a big space, you can have it. You want to have a company pumpkin party in the office, it's yours. That's what I think is the big sell with independent brokerage. So if the model doesn't work anymore, you can change it. You don't have to ask anybody. It's flexible.
Cool. Good answer. Christina. Last question? Last question?
We got last question? Well, yeah, I got a question, but if you
You
want
have one too?
Yeah.
Who do you want to ask it for?
Christina.
Mine's tough.
All right.
Is yours tough? You
Well,
go first.
I'll go quick. I think one of the advantages of being a small boutique brokerage is that you can make decisions really quickly. Keller Williams is an oil tanker. It takes an oil tanker 3 miles to stop. They're a big company. They got a long history. They got a lot of agents. They made this massive change to become a technology company. What if they're wrong?
Well, that is a great question. What if they are wrong?
Shit, I might not even ask mine now. I feel bad.
I apologize. My crystal ball I left back in the Silicon Valley.
I love it.
We have to fail forward, no matter what we do. And after much study, it's been decided that the company is being progressive with their technology, with everything they're doing. And if they're wrong, it's going to be a massive failure. It is. Right?
But what if they're right? It's a good,
Yeah.
And what if
which
they're...
is fair, which is a fair example, yeah.
And if they're right, well, I think 150,000 agents who run their businesses much like boutiques, myself included,
Yeah.
I think we're going to be miles ahead of the game when it comes to the...
What you're saying, what I hear you saying, is the upside's worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the upside's worth it, in a nutshell.
Love it.
All right, last question, and then we are going to vote on the winner. Give it up for both of them before we do that.
That was great.
This is real talk right here. This is real talk. So, last question, Christina, and
Yes.
I'm sorry to go back to back with Jimmy here on tough ones, but I have a question that I've been dying to ask.
Go Red Sox. Yeah.
I'm not from Boston. That's not going to help.
That would have worked on me. That would have worked on me.
So, you've mentioned that technology at Keller Williams.
Yes.
You've mentioned the culture at Keller Williams.
Yes.
You've mentioned the coaching at Keller Williams.
Yes.
And you've mentioned the fearless leader of Keller Williams.
Yes.
Then why do so many KW agents fail or sell no homes?
Fail? That's pretty harsh, Chris. You're right. That is a harsh question.
Well, let me rephrase this
Yeah.
so it's not personal. Almost every agent, 90% of agents fail, 90% of businesses fail. But when I hear your pitch, it feels like it's fail-proof. If you've got the best tech and you've got the best coaching and you've got the best leader and you've got the best culture, it feels like you can't mess up. Yet when I talk to agents and I talk to brokers, a lot of the people say that the Keller Williams model is to hire a ton of people. We'll see if any work out. A lot of them quit. A lot of them don't sell a lot of homes. So if everything is awesome, why are people still failing?
Well, I think real estate, again, real estate itself is self-accountability. And much like a small brokerage firm, it is so important for you to have that because who you surround yourself matters. And that is why, one, I'm a Curaytor client, and two, because I recognize the power of mastermind, being able to mastermind in my business with someone like Stephanie who can help me grow. So I think it is about focus and personal accountability. I don't think this is a problem specifically with Keller Williams. You said it, it's industry-wide. I mean, the average time, 18 months that somebody comes in and then out?
Yeah.
I'm a former airline pilot. And bottom line is, you have to have a plan. And you have to execute that plan. And I think no matter where you are, That's what it counts.
Yeah, good answer. Very well done. Yeah. I remember, I want you guys right now, you're going to go to Curaytor.com/finals and submit your vote right now. We are going to announce the winner of PitchFest for Brokerages here in 1 second. But your story reminded me of, I got a chance one time to see Mike Ferry speak. And he took the stage and he said, hey, how many of you guys, it's your first year in real estate? And everybody got so excited and they stood up and he goes, well, you better enjoy it because it's going to be your last one too. And so I do know that it's an incredibly difficult industry. It's an incredibly difficult profession. And for those of you that have made it, props to you because you are the 1%. You are the 2% that didn't fail.
Yep.
So great stuff. All right, this was fun. This was fun. Like, I want to do round two, but yeah, we can't do round two. So my team is going to bring me the envelope here in 1 second of the winner of PitchFest, Curaytor.com/finals to submit your vote for either Christina or Stephanie. Now, I will say we actually got the winner a prize. But what I'm going to do right now, my team doesn't know this, is you guys are both going to get the prize. You guys are both winners.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a T-shirt, so don't.
No, it's not.
No, you know what?
Here we go, Chris.
What was the Columbo line?
One more thing.
Oh yeah, one more
Just one more
thing.
thing.
Not only are you guys going to both get a cool T-shirt, we're also going to give you guys both a $1,000 gift card to the company of your choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best Buy, Apple, Amazon, Tiffany, $1,000 each. This is it? All right.
You only said one.
That's awesome.
I'll get
Of
the
course, of course.
Who's going to have a drink
nervous
ready for
again.
them? Somebody has to
Jeez.
have a drink ready for them. I can feel
know.
it. You did great.
We got some left over.
See it there. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of PitchFest, Battle of the Brokerages, is Stephanie Lanier, representing the boutique brokerages. Come here. I'm so proud of you. You did so great. Stephanie, awesome
You did
job.
so good. I love your